Hello colleagues, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to discuss an effective method for teaching punctuation that can be used in elementary classrooms. The method is called gesture-based visuals. This method is particularly effective in elementary classrooms because it caters to visual and interactive learning styles. Young students often learn best when they can see and do rather than just listen or read. This method allows students to use their hands and bodies to physically express and analyze grammatical concepts, making learning more engaging and memorable. And in practice, this method can be implemented by using hand signals and gestures for punctuation marks such as full stop, comma, question mark, exclamation mark, quotation marks, etc. For example, you can ask your students to raise their right hand for a full stop, both hands up in the air for a comma, and so on. Of course, you can pause the video now and search online for some hand signals and gestures for different punctuation marks which you would like to teach to your students. Before we continue, please give this video a thumbs up if you find it useful, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get notified of new videos. And now let's continue. When planning for this activity, keep in mind the following. Make sure that the activity is age appropriate. Younger students may not understand complex sentence structures or abstract grammar rules. Start with basic punctuation marks like a full stop, comma, and question mark, and gradually introduce more advanced marks like quotation marks, exclamation marks, and so on. Incorporate student input and ideas. Ask students how they would like to represent certain punctuation marks. This will help them to feel ownership of their learning and make the activity more fun. Encourage collaboration. Pair or group students together to discuss and agree on hand signals and gestures for different punctuation marks. They can take turns presenting their ideas to the class and explaining their reasoning behind their choices. Use colorful, tactile materials or visual aids. Students can use different colored markers, flashcards, puppets, or other manipulatives to help them remember the different punctuation marks and their uses. Provide opportunities for students to reflect or present their work. After the activity, have students write sentences on the board using correct punctuation. They can also peer review their work or use a rubric to assess their own learning outcomes. Here are some examples of how to modify this approach to suit diverse learners. For students who need additional support, provide sentence starters or examples to help them construct grammatically correct sentences. You can also allow them to use a sentence frame or template to ensure that they include the necessary punctuation. For students who are ready for enrichment, challenge them to create their own sentences using the target punctuation. They can also work in pairs or small groups to develop more complex sentences with multiple punctuation marks. For students who are still developing their fine motor skills, provide alternative ways for them to demonstrate their learning, such as using a whiteboard or projector to write sentences or acting out the use of different punctuation marks. After implementing the gesture-based visuals method in your classroom, you can assess its effectiveness by observing students' participation and engagement in the activity. If students are actively participating and demonstrating an understanding of the target punctuation marks through their gestures and sentences, then the method is working well. You can also assess student learning by collecting and reviewing their work, whether it's written sentences or oral presentations. Look for an improvement in students' ability to use the target punctuation marks correctly and consistently. Another way to gauge the effectiveness of this method is to ask students for their feedback. Ask them what they liked about the activity, what they found challenging, and how they felt it helped them learn about punctuation. Their feedback can provide valuable insights into the strengths and weaknesses of the method and help you make adjustments as needed. Remember that every class is unique, and what works well in one class may not necessarily work as well in another. Be prepared to adapt and modify the approach based on your students' needs and preferences. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that it has been helpful to you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Like and share this video with your friends and colleagues. Subscribe to our channel to get notified of new videos. And visit our website to access more teaching resources.